Did you know that for most of the time we called Pluto a planet, we were wrong about its size? It's true. For decades, scientists thought Pluto was much, much bigger than it actually is. It wasn't until we got better telescopes and sent spacecraft out into the cosmos that we realized our ninth planet was, well, kind of a pipsqueak. In fact, it's smaller than Earth's own moon. This surprising little fact is just the beginning of a fascinating story, a cosmic detective case that forced us to ask a very big question. Our story begins way back in 1930. An astronomer named Clyde Tombaugh was working at the Lowell Observatory in Arizona. He had a very patient job. He would take pictures of the same patch of night sky on different nights, then compare them carefully, looking for anything that had moved. It was like a cosmic game of spot the difference. After a year of searching, he found it. A tiny, faint dot that shifted its position. He had discovered Planet X. The new world was named Pluto, suggested by 11-year-old Venetia Burney in England. For a long time, Pluto seemed to be all alone out there in the frozen darkness past Neptune. But starting in the 1990s, astronomers began to find that Pluto wasn't alone at all. In fact, it had a lot of neighbors. Using powerful new telescopes, they started discovering other icy bodies orbiting the Sun in the same general area. This region of space is now called the Kuiper belt. It's like a giant icy asteroid belt, much, much bigger and farther away. In 2005, Mike Brown's team discovered an object named Eris. Eris appeared even bigger than Pluto. If Pluto's a planet, is Eris too? We might not have 9 planets anymore, 10, 12, maybe 50. The discovery of Eris and the rest of the Kuiper belt kicked off one of the biggest debates in modern astronomy. Scientists from all over the world started arguing about a seemingly simple question. What is a planet? On one side, some astronomers argued that any object big enough to be crushed into a round shape by its own gravity should be called a planet. On the other side, many astronomers felt that a true planet had to be the gravitational boss of its own orbit. It was a clash of two different ways of seeing the solar system. Was it a neat collection of a few big important players, or a much more diverse and populated place? A decision had to be made. The big moment came in August 2006. The International Astronomical Union held its big General Assembly in Prague. Hundreds of astronomers from around the world gathered to settle the debate once and for all. The process was full of drama. After days of intense discussion, a new, more specific proposal was drafted. This introduced a third condition for planethood, the idea that a planet must have cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. On the final day, they voted by raising yellow cards. When the votes were counted, the result was clear. In a single moment, our solar system officially shrank from 9 planets to 8. Pluto, our beloved 9th planet for 76 years, was out. So, what are these new rules that Pluto couldn't follow? The IAU defined a planet as meeting 3 specific criteria. It's like a cosmic checklist. First rule, orbit the Sun. Pluto passes with flying colors. Second rule, be round due to its own gravity. Pluto checks this box too. Pictures from New Horizons showed us that Pluto is beautifully round, so that's 2 for 2. But then, we come to the third rule. This was the deal breaker. The third rule, a planet must have cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. This means it has to be the gravitational bully of its orbital zone, and this is where Pluto fails. Pluto's orbit lies right in the middle of the crowded Kuiper belt, surrounded by thousands of other icy objects. The IAU didn't just kick Pluto out, they created a whole new category called dwarf planet. A dwarf planet meets the first 2 criteria but hasn't cleared its orbit. Pluto joined other dwarf planets like Eris, Ceres, Makemake, and Haumea. It's the king of its own special category. The reaction was immediate and intense. There were protests, petitions, and even songs written about saving Pluto. But changing Pluto's label didn't change Pluto itself. It's still the same fascinating, complex world it always was. New Horizons revealed a world with giant ice mountains, vast nitrogen plains, a thin blue atmosphere, and hints of an underground ocean. Pluto is not a boring ice ball, it's a dynamic, geologically active world. Pluto's story didn't shrink our solar system. It made it bigger and more wonderful by revealing a whole new class of worlds to explore. The story of Pluto is a fantastic lesson in how science works. It shows us that science is not unchanging facts, but a process that constantly updates our understanding. The debate forced us to think more deeply about what makes planets, and opened our eyes to the incredible diversity of worlds in our solar system, and that is an awesome thing.